Hey guys, so today I am doing a speed furnishing of this huge vampire mansion which I found on the Sims 4 gallery, and the reason why I've decided to refurnish the place is because when I downloaded it and placed it on the lot, I felt like it looked very sparse, and by that I mean there wasn't really very much furniture in the place. Like, literally, when I downloaded it and saw that the bottom floor was basically all tables and chairs, I kind of felt like it needed something more. And I totally understand why the person who made this house probably decorated it that way, in terms of like it being a vampire mansion and the fact that vampires don't have as many needs as human sims, and so that's kind of maybe why they had this huge place just filled with things like tables and chairs. But for the purposes of my gameplay and what I like in a house, I decided that it was time to refurnish it and make it look a little bit more homey. Even though this is in the vampire world and the Sims that are moving in here are vampires, but I still wanted them to have like a fully furnished home, which included, kitchens, bathrooms, everything. Because I'm pretty sure when I downloaded this place didn't have a kitchen either. But I decided that even if the Sims that lived here were vampires, they were going to have a fully stocked house. So that, when human Sims stop by, they don't suspect that these people are vampires because, they have a kitchen and their house looks kind of normal. But yeah, anyway. So, refurnishing a house. I thought it was kind of interesting. I mainly tried to stick with the original house that was already there. So by that I mean I didn't really change the exterior. I think I changed the floor plan just a little bit. Like on the bottom floor I did add more rooms than there originally was. And I think it was because the space was so big that it definitely needed to be broken up a little bit by some rooms, because I feel like if you have rooms, it's a little bit easier to categorize them and decide what you want to put in them, rather than just having like this huge open space. I mean, I really like open plan houses. I think it's really cool to have an open plan house, but at the same time, sometimes it's nice to have walls just to break up space. And so yeah, that's kind of what I was doing with that. And also, this is probably the first time that I've ever, really tried with the Vampire game pack. And by that, I mean, when I got the Vampire game pack, I didn't really play it that much when I first got it. I'm not really a huge fan of the supernatural in The Sims. One of the reasons why I got the game pack was mainly because of the furniture and the clothing. So the vampire part of it, actually, I wasn't really fussed on. And actually, I did play as a vampire sim for a little bit when I first got the game pack, but I wasn't really that impressed with it. Honestly, I was kind of over it by the time that I, finally got the pack and I made my sim, and then by the time she was a vampire, I wasn't really interested anymore, and so I don't really play as a vampire often in The Sims, and even, when I play regularly, vampires are not really that big in my gameplay. For example, the way when you play Sims, if you have vampires, then sometimes a vampire would come into your house and drink your blood. That hasn't really happened when I've been playing normally, without a vampire sim. That has only ever happened to me, I think, once or twice. That has ever happened, where a vampire has come to drink my Sim's blood, and other than that, I don't really have, interactions with Sims that are vampires, and, yeah, I just kind of thought that it would maybe be a bigger incorporation to the game, but for me personally, it hasn't really been. So, yeah, not fussed on the vampire thing either way. Like I said, I'm only in it for the furniture and the clothes. But I am trying to get a little bit more into the vampire game pack because I started a new save game, which is a super sim challenge. So basically I want to complete all the aspirations and get all the skills and stuff like that, and I thought it would be easiest to start that as a vampire so I could complete all the vampire aspirations before turning back into a human sim and then continuing with the rest of the aspirations. So that's kind of why getting back into the vampire gameplay, and also why I was revamping this house. This is not necessarily the house that my actual sim I'm playing as is going to live in, but this was just an extra house that I needed to put in the world because I wanted to add in some of my own sims to the neighborhood, because when I start save games I always like to have my own sims in the world as well. So I needed this house because I needed a place for the Twilight cast to live in, because as you guys know, I created the Twilight cast on The Sims, and obviously, Twilight vampires, they're vampires, and I wanted them to live in the vampire world, and they needed to have a really fancy house to live in. And I know what you're thinking. I could have just downloaded one of the houses that people have made, which is like a replica of the movie house that they have in Twilight, but I decided to not do that because I wanted them to live in a house that kind of blended in with the rest of the world. Whereas if you guys have seen the Cullens house in the Twilight movies, you know that it's very modern and fancy looking, whereas in this world in The Sims, everything's kind of more towards like the old-fashioned kind of way of vampires, so more gothic and spooky and stuff like that. So yeah, I wanted the Cullens to live in an authentic Forgotten Hollow house, so that's kind of why I wanted to give them this one. And yeah, don't really know what else to say about that. When we move upstairs, we kind of stop with as much furnishing because all there really is in the upper floors of the house are bedrooms. And because the house is very symmetrical, the rooms are very similar. So like the 2 bedrooms that I'm creating right now are basically identical. Maybe a little bit different in terms of how I did the bathroom, because I was able to figure out a better way to rework the bathroom on the other side of the house than this side. So yeah, basically identical, maybe a little bit different. Another thing that I did struggle with was how to furnish the landing area outside the 2 bedrooms. And that's because I was trying to think of something really good to put there, but honestly I didn't know. So I was just like, bookcases. Bookcases are big. Bookcases take up a lot of space. So that's just kind of like a reading area. I do wish that I found something better to maybe fill up that space with, but sometimes it's really hard to think of things on The Sims. And also, furnishing something this big makes me realize that in real life, I would probably not do well with having a huge house, because I would feel like I would have to fill all the gaps with furniture, and I just wouldn't know what to put there. So yeah, that's what I've learned from The Sims, basically, that when it comes to houses, I kind of don't want a massive one. You kind of want a reasonably sized one where you can have all the furniture that you need, and also it still feel kind of cozy and not so big and empty. So there you go. That's what Sims is teaching me about my life. And yeah, don't really know what else to say about this build, other than when it came to furnishing, I did try to stick with items from the Vampire game pack. I think I used 1 or 2 items from other packs. I know when I uploaded it to the gallery that it shows you all the packs that you used in the build, but the items that I use that are from other packs, I don't think you would miss if you don't have them. So basically, if you don't have all the packs that I used to build this house, hopefully when you download it, not all the furniture will disappear. So yeah, I tried to be very Vampire game pack and base game. I tried not to stray away too much from those because I know not everyone has all the game packs and stuff like I do. And also custom content free build, which is also something that I feel really proud about. Because you guys know, sometimes it's really hard to make a house feel lived in if there's no clutter, and Sims don't really have a lot of clutter, so I always go for custom content. But yeah, this is a completely custom content free build, and it's also available on the Sims 4 gallery. If you guys would like to download it, all you have to do is search SimmingAndSuch or hashtag Gothic Vampire Mansion Refurnish, I think. I will put the hashtag that you have to search for down below, but like I said, if you just search SimmingAndSuch, you should find it. And also, it does give you the name of the original creator of the house as well on my gallery listing, which is really good. So if you guys want to check out the original house and the original creator, then that will be there, but I will also leave that in the description below because I feel like they should also get credit for creating this amazing house in the first place. I cannot take credit for that. I can just take credit for the furnishing. But yeah, I think that's everything that I had to say about this house and the video in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments below if there are any other videos that you want me to make. As you guys know, we are in a brand new year and I do hope to continue making videos on this channel. So if you guys have any suggestions for Sims videos that you want to see, then let me know. Or maybe you want to see me play a different game, I don't know. I know that I made that one Another Brick in the Wall video and I said I was going to make more gaming videos and then I never did. But if you guys are interested in seeing other videos, then let me know. I can't make any promises that those are actually going to happen because I'm not like the biggest gamer in the world, but like if you guys want to, you know, see me play Stardew Valley or something, I would totally be down for that because that's my type of game. But yeah, anyway, like I said, this is primarily a Sims channel, so if there's any Sims videos you want me to make, then let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling and go now. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.